Hey guys, I'm Jerry Miculek. I've been a professional shooter now for over 25 years, and one of the ways that I like to stay on top is to train differently. So what I have downrange, guys, is a moving target, and what I'm trying to do is work on my vision skills. You see these target systems incorporated with a lot of special forces and law enforcement groups. So to give you an idea of what I'm trying to do as a competitor, this target can come out from behind that barrier anywhere on about a 180-degree sweep. I've got a time for about a 2-second duration. So what I'm going to do is just come out of the holster, make one shot on the target in 2 seconds. So what I have to do is keep my vision open enough to see when the target appears, come out of the holster, make a clean shot. Let's see what that looks like. We're going to start facing the target like this on a 2-second presentation. Now I'm going to face to my right. Now it makes it a little bit more difficult because now I have to sweep back into the target. So what I want to do is see as much as I can see all the time and then apply myself to the target. All right, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to face to the left. So each one of those presentations was a different spot, same duration. I had changed my technique. So we're going to go a little bit further and make it a little bit harder. Okay, we changed it up a little bit. We're on setting number 1. It has 8 different settings. What we're going to try to do on every presentation, I'm going to try to get 2 hits on a target, no matter how fast or how slow. So let's see what that looks like. All right, as you can see, kind of makes your vision open there. You have to get your eyes open, follow the target, do a little tracking, try to keep them in the center. And you can take this to whatever level you want, what's acceptable accuracy for you. I was just trying to keep them about that 9 ring over there. I had one got out, but not bad. We're going to change it up. What we did previous was draw and shoot a random target. Now this is going to be totally different. This is going to be tracking a target. The difference on the way this target system is tracking, it's not in a straight line, it's going to be in an arc. So it's going to be very dependent that you have good technique. What you want to find yourself when you do this, you want to work on the front of your feet. You want to never find yourself leaning forward or backward or side to side. You want to stay fluid, keep your weight forward, pivot on the ball of your feet. Work your arms, guys. Keep it in the same relationship to your eye as you would a stationary target and stay fluid. What we're going to do, we're going to start on the target on the right. As it goes through its arc, I'm going to try to shoot it 5 or 6 times, and we'll stop it on the left and take a look at it. All right. As you can see, the whole secret there, guys, is to keep this platform under your dominant eye and don't find yourself to lean one side or the other. Once you do that, it's going to really start to rainbow you to the horizon, and you're not going to be able to transition well with the target. We're going to do the same drill now, going back to the right. And what you want to do here when you do this drill is don't find yourself shifting your weight. You want to keep your weight the same on the balls of your feet in front and work with your shoulders. Keep the firearm under your dominant eye the whole time. We're going to do the same drill going back to my right. Here we go. Okay. Go ahead and clear out. Clear. Let's go take a look at the target right quick. What I'm looking for on this target is an acceptable accuracy, pretty much the size of your hand. The idea here, guys, is to keep your trigger in cycle. You don't want to find yourself jabbing at the trigger, so you want to roll it and you want to keep your balance point. This is extremely important. Even though it's a relatively small arc, if you lean left to right, you'll soon run out of technique. So you want to stay well balanced, keep the firearm indexed under your dominant eye, and keep your trigger in cycle, and it's easy to do. What can be said about practical or tactical shooting in general is you shoot at what's available until something else is available. So with this target system, keep your eyes open, guys. I'm going to show you something. Let's go down and take a look at it. You noticed I started in the center of the target. That's the most general size target that I can actually engage. And as I was shooting this, randomly this target's no shoot came out. So then I had to switch from center of mass to a headshot. So to me, what's important is that I keep the trigger in cycle. So I had my timer running, so we're gonna kind of go back and actually see what we did. We're running a 16, a 17, a 16, an 18, and it only took me 24 hundredths of a second to stop shooting him in the center of mass and then go back to a headshot, and there another 16. So you notice the transition time was relatively small. What I'm trying to do as a shooter here is to keep the trigger in cycle, keep my eyes open. I know something is going to change, and when the target presented itself, now the center is hidden, so I have to do something else. And this was what's available, so that's what I did. You shoot what's available until something else is available. Okay, we got vision skills, we got moving target. We want to have the biggest field of view possible. So what I've set up here is a scenario that's going to be pretty difficult. I've got 2 pieces of steel. What I want to do as a shooter is engage each piece of steel, 4 in the body, 2 in the head. So I'm going to be there quite some time. I'm going to do it from behind cover. And somewhere over here, something is going to happen. As soon as I see that, I have to go over there and solve the problem. So I have to watch a field of view of about 18 feet while shooting headshots. So should be interesting. Let's see what it looks like. All right, here we go. All right, let's clear it out. Take a look at it, guys. We're empty. We got all the steel. Let's see what we did on our appearing target here. That was pretty challenging in the aspect of when this guy comes out, I have to get to him as soon as I can. I don't know how long he's going to be there. So if you actually look at the splits in between the targets here, I can't remember exactly what during the sequence it was, but let's see what the longest split is on the clock. We're running about 32, 37. So the longest split I have on the clock anywhere is 45 100ths of a second. And what I was averaging before that was 27, a 29, a 26, a 32, a 37, a 40, 27, 45, 31, 34, 29. So I'm averaging just about what it would take to hit these targets to transfer into this one. That's really what you want to do as a shooter, is to try to keep your trigger in cycle. Trigger control, guys, is more important than sight alignment. If I come into this target zone really hot and I haven't started my trigger pull and I just slap it, odds are I'm not going to hit it. So I have to stay with a hot trigger anywhere I'm going at any one time. So as you can see, it proved out pretty good, and that was a pretty challenging drill. Okay, we've taken this shooting scenario to the next level. So what I have to do as an operator here, or as a shooter, I have to identify my target, come back to the sight, make the shot, stay in focus. Also, there's going to be 2 targets. They're going to be random. One's going to be a shoot target, has a firearm on it. The other one's going to be a no-shoot. It's going to have a hand up. So there's random presentations, there's moving targets. I've got a field of view here, which is going to be about like 10 feet. But the hard part for me is staying in focus, not going down range visually to score the target, keep the trigger hot. And all the time, as soon as I get one presentation, I'll try to get 1 shot on the threat target per presentation. So I've got the stimulus on me to make a good shot. The thing I've got to worry about here is where that no shoot is coming up and what I'm going to do with it. If the target's moving, if it's stationary, where I'm looking at my front sight, and my trigger is hot in between targets. So a lot to think about. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Pay attention. Here we go. Alright, we shot 15 rounds on target. So we're going to go down and take a look at the shoot target and see if we hit the the non-shoot. Let's go take a look. Oh. Fortunately, I got 15 rounds on target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They were all there. And the good guy here, of course, doesn't have a hole in it. But what was really hard for me, every time I would make a shot on the threat target, I was trying to come down to a low ready. And you can tell by the randomness of the target. Once or twice, I wasn't able to get a shot on it. What I'm trying to do is also keep my peripheral vision open for this guy, because he's coming out at any one time. So as the gunner there, had to stay hot on the trigger, keep my vision open. And I'll tell you what, guys, that was pretty hard. Okay, we're taking this to the next level, guys. We've got stationary targets and we have 2 moving targets. Random moving targets. So what we have on our random moving targets, we have a threat target and a non-threat target. So I have to identify the target. I have to engage the threat target. I'm going to try to hit him 1 time per presentation. And you also see there's a piece of steel on the left and the right. So every time I make a hit on the threat target, I have to go and shoot a steel target. So if I start on the left steel, I have to go to the threat target in the middle, make a hit, then go to the right steel, back to the center, back to the left. So I've got a lot of things to do here. I've got 4 points of interest that I have to monitor visually. Have to keep the trigger in cycle. I have to not look downrange, try to shoot and score. I've got a lot of things to do here, but the big thing here, guys, is trigger technique and vision skills. This is what this is all about, and staying balanced and staying focused. So it's going to be a whole lot of stuff going on, and we'll see how many hits we get on the threat target. Let me see if I'm hot. Make sure I'm ready to go here. All right, on the first movement, we'll start the drill. Here we go. Whoa! Toward the end there, I got a little bit out of sequence. But that's the idea. I was trying to think and shoot, guys, so it had me spread out pretty thin. Try to stay in focus there. There was a lot to look at, but that's the idea of the drill. Let's go down and look at the target and see how many hits we have on the threat target. All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I got 1 shot unaccounted for, and I think I cooked one off over here. So we've got 1 shot that we actually didn't engage the target with. So even with 4 points of interest, I was able to stay focused, keep the trigger in cycle, and visually be aware of where the threat target was coming from, or probability of it, and get a hit and stay in focus. So a lot of stuff going on. It's just a fun time. Okay, I just give you an idea of what we were doing, guys. Stance, sight alignment, field of view, target acquisition, staying hot on the trigger, always have a hot trigger, a situational awareness. So I'm 60 years old, guys. One of the ways that I evolved, I don't want to be like a dinosaur. I have to vary my training technique and give you an idea of what I'm doing here. This is a TARGABOT. It's a totally programmable. It's got 8 different programs. You can write your own. As you can see from the training that we did, that's just a small spectrum of what you can do with it. So if you're just starting to shoot, you can use it as a stationary target. You can use it as a long-range sniping target. If you're interested in something like this, if you go to targamite.com, it gives some information on exactly what this is. So I'm still evolving, and this is one of the reasons, no reason to go out to the range and be bored.